What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Antstroworld Live. As you can see behind me, we got Money in the Bank season upon us. So today we're gonna be talking about some Money in the Bank predictions. Money in the Bank is this Saturday, and we got a hefty show. We got a lot of spectacular matches on the card. And afterwards, we're gonna be doing a Money in the Bank tier list ranking. We're gonna be ranking all the Money in the Bank winners, men and women winners of all time, on a tier list from S ranked all the way down to F. Got Smooth with me here today. Got Yael. Got Shush showing up just on time.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
make sure y'all go follow them. Links are going to be in the description down below. Follow them on all their social media platforms. So yeah, let's get right into this. So like I say, for every pay-per-view prediction stream that we do, how are we feeling about the overall build-up to the actual pay-per-view or the premium live event?
You know, it's been
50-50.
it's been a little slim, honestly. There hasn't been anything really built up other than probably Lyra and Becky. I mean, you could say like the men and women's Money in the Bank matches have been built up, but overall, it's been a pretty slim show. Like honestly, what I'm surprised hasn't been built up was the tag match with Cena and Logan against Cody and Jay.
I feel like that was like a really because here's the thing too. We're getting all these pay-per-views in such a short amount of time. We just had WrestleMania mid-April. Then, like 3 weeks later, we had Backlash. Then afterwards, we had Saturday Night Main Event. Even though that's not really a pay-per-view, that's just a special event. Then now we're Money in the Bank with Worlds Collide on the same day. And then a couple weeks later, we had Night of Champions. So literally, there's all these events and pay-per-views back to back to back to back in such a limited time. So they got to squeeze everything in together, try to rush these storylines, rush these feuds, and the amount of time that they have between pay-per-views. So with the build-up to Money in the Bank, it's been solid. The ladder matches, I like the qualifying matches that we've gotten. Like yesterday, CM Punk versus AJ versus El Grande Americano. That was pretty fire. Then last week, Seth versus Sammy versus Finn Balor. That was pretty good too. On the women's side of things, obviously the match yesterday was Stephanie Baker, Liv Morgan, and Ivy Nile. Then on SmackDown 2, Jay, Naomi, Nia Jax. There's been a lot of good matches for the qualifiers, so that's a plus for it. But other than that, like the tag team build-up has been lackluster. That segment on SmackDown, I wasn't really feeling it like that. It was just a boring, catchphrase moment. Jey Uso was saying yeet, Logan Paul saying his own shtick, John Cena held his own weight. But other than that, yeah, the build-up for Money in the Bank it's been all right. It hasn't been crazy. Like I said, the short amount of time.
Like, you know what's so crazy? They've been building up
What
the
up?
Gunther match they've been building up the Gunther match more than they've been building up the tag match.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's
First
which is
thing, the first thing
crazy.
on
I
Raw,
find that crazy that match is not in Money in the Bank.
like the first thing on Raw is Gunther's talking to Jay backstage, and they're building up this match after Money in the Bank when the bank went over. I'm like, so you're gonna do all this to promote the match that's after your pay-per-view and not promote the match that has both of your top champions in the match.
I just think they don't want to waste Cena's appearances. So I think he's got 18 left. I think.
Something
18
like
or
that.
17
Yeah.
dates left.
So yeah. So I
But
don't think they want to waste it on nothing tag team match.
here's what's
That's what it is,
crazy about all
essentially.
that, because I'm thinking now, because there's from what I have on my thing right here when I put up the actual matches when we do the predictions, there's only 4 matches on the card. There's only 4 matches on the card. You mean to tell me we couldn't have altered the tag team match, probably made it a singles match for the WWE Championship, and then put Jey Uso versus Gunther for a rematch on the pay-per-view instead of a Monday Night Raw?
Like I promise you, they're gonna end up booking another match, a fifth match on Friday, and just booking something out of their ass. To like, oh well, technically we have the same 5 matches, and Triple H usually always books 5 matches. I'm like,
I don't see them booking another match. I can't lie.
but I don't know, man. It's just
What
like
what would they book?
I'm having a hard time trying to figure that out. I don't think they'd book anything else.
So I doubt Tiffany will be there. I don't see them doing anything with Selena.
Yeah, that's the thing
That's
too.
crazy.
Like,
Our women's champion is not on the fucking card.
yeah, neither women's champions are on the card. I'm just realizing that now. Unless they
Oh,
do
yeah.
some like last minute thing.
I was gonna say Io Sky's not undefeated since Mania.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or am I
Thing
wrong?
is, what's crazy is Io Sky was literally when she was at Raw, but she was literally just there to stand in the corner for Kairi Sane. Which, granted, Kairi Sane got the win. I'm glad that Kairi Sane is winning, but she is the women's champion.
Yeah,
Unless
she
you
done
are
the same thing last week.
between her and Liv Morgan, which it looks like they're going that direction. Do that immediately. Do that now.
Yeah, but
And then
That's
the
what I'm
reason
saying.
The reason Tiffany Stratton has legitimately nobody to feud with when you have Nia Jax, when you have Julia who just now got onto hell, Jordan Grace is coming to SmackDown.
Hmm.
Yep. There's rumors that she's going to SmackDown. So
You have
let's do it. Let's do it.
I think
You have
Julia
Jade.
will go after
you have
Selena.
Jade, you have Bianca, you have Naomi, you have so many SmackDown women to feud with, and you're telling me she can't feud with not a single one of them? Hell, I wouldn't mind her feuding with Chelsea Green. That would probably be an amazing ass rivalry. But
I think Chelsea's hit her ceiling. I generally don't see her being world champion, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all that.
If the story's good, we'll see. But
I say
as of right now, I
I
don't
say
know.
But overall, like back to just the whole buildup of everything, build up for Money in the Bank. It's been all right. Like I said, we have all these events just with close within each other, back to back to back to back. So there's just little time for build up for one feud after another. But let's get right into the card. So up first, let's talk about the men's Money in the Bank. So ass. Wow. Why do you
Yeah.
say his ass? Hold on. Why do you say his ass? Because it's looking star studded.
The people that could have been in it.
He says ass because Chad Gable's not in it.
No, it's just the people that could have been in it. Like, no Mello, no Carrion, like, a lot of people are missing.
See, I told you
Don't
he's
don't
mad.
want Pen-
Chad Gable's not
don't
in it.
want Penta to win. Don't want LA Knight to win. Don't want Solo to win. Like, it's
I
gonna
mean,
obviously be Seth Rollins.
the thing
Penta
is,
ties
it's
into the
like
match on Monday.
you have people in here that are obviously not going to win. A Grande Americano, I don't expect them to win. Solo, that would be the worst choice you could possibly do. LA Knight, that's a positive choice. Andrade, as much as I would like to see him, I don't think he's ready to hold the Money in the Bank. I really don't.
I don't think they're gonna
Which is crazy. Which
They
is
might
crazy
not
that you
vote.
think
They're
he's
They
not
should
ready.
like fully strap the rocket to him and push him to the moon, but right now he's in a weird spot. Penta, it would be
I can
cool,
honestly say it.
but it's the same thing with Andrade. Like right now, he's in a weird spot. Just got to build him up a little bit more. Both of them build them up a little bit more, and they'll be all right.
I think Penta's probably more ready than Andrade because Penta actually wins his matches. I think before that triple threat, that was his first win since like January or like November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, it says it under my name. We all know who's gonna win this.
It's pretty obvious.
It's Seth Rollins in 4. Um, it's like there's no other choice. Now, if it was CM Punk that would have qualified over El Grande, I probably would have said it would have been a 50-50 coin flip between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. But now that El Grande qualified and CM Punk's probably going to continue this rivalry with Seth, I kind of see Seth winning this briefcase. Most people might say, "Oh, well, it's probably not going to be Seth because Punk's probably going to cost him the briefcase or whatever." Yeah, that could be the case, but also there's no one else in that match that makes sense for them to have the briefcase other than maybe LA Knight.
All
and
right.
it's like I feel like LA Knight would be a great.
Ooh. Stuff don't need a win. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm 50-50 when it comes to that. Look, Rollins, we all know, is one of my favorites. But at the same time, him winning this money in the bank is kind of questionable. I mean, I feel like the night after would make sense. If he does win the money in the bank, the night after or the Monday Night Raw after Money in the Bank, he cashes in and defeats Jey Uso or Gunther, or cashes in, makes it a triple threat and wins. It does make perfect sense. But at the same time, he already won that. He already had his moment with Money in the Bank. He's already established. If he wants to win the title, just have a one-on-one match like SummerSlam and have him get the win over there. You gotta have somebody like LA Knight who could probably win that, go on and cash in on somebody like maybe Cena, somebody a legend in Cena, and just take the title
No,
off him. I wouldn't mind
no,
that. That would
I
help.
don't want
That would
that.
literally help him. That would literally help him become the superstar. I would love to see that.
I mean,
Ugh.
yeah, that could work, but also I'm like,
It's 50-50 with that.
A Cena Cody rematch, Solo as Money in the Bank and cashes in on Cody. Oh my god,
do you really want that, Michi?
Dimitri, bro. As much as I hate Cody, bro, as much as I don't like Cody, and as much as I would like to see that, just like with Solo and that, we're gonna revisit that.
Do you
We're
really
way
want that?
past that. I wouldn't
I
want to.
would,
Yeah.
I would rather have JC Mateo be Mr. Money in the Bank.
Mateo!
I would rather see Jacob Fatu as Mr. Money in the Bank. I would rather see Tonga Loa as Mr. Money in the Bank. I'm
All
so
right.
All
Also
right,
Tonga
all
Loa.
right, all right.
No,
moving
but
on.
we'll just go in order real quick. We'll just give out who we think is gonna win. So Smooth, I'll have you go first.
I think it's pretty obvious. Seth's gonna win. 2-time Mr. Money in the Bank. I'd be shocked if LA Knight wins, but I say Seth.
All right. Sure. What you got?
I'm going with Seth. But
Seth.
something tells me El Grande could maybe do it.
See, I told you we was gonna pick El Grande.
Ah,
But
I got a crazy thing that somebody said in one of the chats that I'm in that I'll explain after Yael gives his prediction because
wait, no, we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. I'm willing to talk about it. So basically, for the people who are in our Discord chat, by the way, join the Discord chat. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, was it? Well, yeah. I mean, that's the one thing you're probably going to talk about. But this is a different chat that I'm in that somebody mentioned this, and I just want to bring it to light.
So, really also join the Discord chat. What are you doing? So,
Yeah.
also,
Hold on. I'm gonna put the link.
Join!
I'm gonna put the link in the chat down below, bro. If you're not part of the Discord, what are you doing, bro?
but also, a person in our Discord chat said that it would be funny, really funny, if a Grande Americano won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and Chad Gable comes out and tries to cash it in, but he can't because Adam Pearce tells him that's not your briefcase, that's El Grande's briefcase. And El Grande is the Money in the Bank winner, not Chad Gable. I mean, they're two different people anyway, so like I don't know why that makes sense, but yeah.
Some people say they're two different people, but for some reason, some people
Now
say
I
they're
have
not.
heard a
I don't know.
I have heard a rumor that El Grande Americano is secretly Julius Creed. Now I could low key see it.
All right.
What? Are you
All
okay?
right. All right.
I heard it was Kurt Angle.
That's
That
like
would be
Julius
insane.
Creed. Oh my god, let's put an end to it, man.
All right. So wait. Yaya, did you say who you have winning? Who's your final choice for winning?
It says it under my name.
Rollins and 4. All right. So let me give a couple of predictions. So my main, or who I want to win the match, I want Rollins to win. Look, I understand he's been a Money in the Bank winner before. He had his moment with the Money in the Bank, obviously at WrestleMania 31. I wouldn't mind it at all of him being a 2-time Money in the Bank winner. It kind of makes the most sense now with a new faction, everybody backing him. He has the help. Him getting the, push again to the world title after everything he did last year, WrestleMania 40, putting everybody and their mamas over.
See, look, the thing is,
Hold on. But here's the thing that makes a lot more sense too. And Mitri just brought it up in the chat. I don't think Roman's gonna allow that. What happened at the Raw after WrestleMania? Roman got attacked by Braun Breaker, and now Roman's been out for the last couple of months. So I think Roman might end up returning on Money in the Bank, might cost Seth that match, and that leads me to believe LA Knight's gonna win. And that's my second strong possibility of who I think is gonna win the Money in the Bank men's match.
Because the thing is, 2015, WrestleMania 31 is when Seth Rollins cashed in on Roman and on Brock to win the WWE Championship. If he does this, it would be 10 years to the day that he had the Money in the Bank briefcase.
I don't think it's 10 years to the day. I think it'd be 11 years because he won that in 2014 and he cashed in 2015. So, but
it'd be 11 years to the day that he won the Money in the Bank briefcase. So if they're doing that again,
because the most predictable option is Seth winning because obviously he's on a hot streak right now. He got the faction by him.
The Bronze, yes sir.
He got Bronson, he got Braun, he got Paul Heyman. So that'd probably be the most predictable. The most unpredictable could be Penta, it could be Andrade, and it could be LA Knight. I'm leaning towards more LA Knight because I feel like it's his time now. He's still over with the crowd. He deserves the push. Had a great run with the United States title for his 2 reigns. He had a solid run with the United States title. Did what he can with it. It was all right. It was nothing too spectacular, but I feel like he could literally be a great world champion if they gave him the opportunity. And it starts with Money in the Bank.
Great. I don't know about great.
I see the potential there. I do see the potential. I do.
Like I said, I think someone's like an AJ Styles or a Carmelo Hayes should win it, but
well,
here's the thing. I do agree. Melo should have been part of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Melo definitely should have been part of it. Same thing with Karrion Kross. Those two definitely should have been part of that. I will 100% agree with you on that. That was a missed opportunity. This is why I wish like the ladder matches were had a lot more people in it. Instead of 6 people, why can't we have 8 people like back then?
Yeah, because
we had 8 people.
Almost the last time like a young up and comer won Money in the Bank and won like the title.
Seth Rollins, I think.
Rollins.
Rollins.
I would say maybe Big E, but I don't know if you count Big E.
Because Big E was already Daniel Bryan. Yeah, I guess you could say Bryan.
Which is crazy.
Daniel Bryan won his Money in the Bank.
Edge. You could say Edge. Edge was young.
Yeah, you could say Edge.
Which is,
you want it?
Yeah,
Daniel Bryan won his Money in the Bank. Won his Money in the Bank in like 2011. That was him like a year and a half into the company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or Benjamin, I think the Money in the Bank should be like how it was when it.
What's champion? Jack Swagger as well.
Jack Swagger. As much as that sucked, it was Jack Swagger. He was a young champion or young Money in the Bank holder to win the championship.
Unfortunately, I remember that Money in the Bank.
Yep.
But yeah,
men's Money in the Bank, it's still shaping up to be a solid match. They got some great talent in it. Even though I feel like some other talent should have been included in that matchup, it's still going to be a solid match. The option I really do think, the thing that I think is really going to happen is that whole scenario. Seth is going to be at the top of the ladder. He's going to think he's going to win because he had the help of Bronson and Braun. Roman's going to come back. Probably CM Punk gets caught up in the mix too.
Yeah.
So give Roman Reigns the briefcase.
Yeah, because the thing is, I get the point of having Carmelo Hayes in the Money in the Bank match, especially since word on the street is that he's no longer gonna be with the Miz because it is also being rumored that the Miz is also leaving WWE.
We could talk about that later. We definitely talk a little bit about that later. But let's go on to the next Money in the Bank ladder match on the card. It's the women's Money in
The
the Bank
best.
ladder match.
An
The
all-time
better Money in the Bank match.
This
Yep.
is shaping up.
Don't see an
Yeah,
all-time
I'm not gonna lie. This
Yep.
is gonna be the better. I feel like this will be the better
This
Money
is
in the
the
Bank
better.
ladder match.
It's going
This is
So
gonna be
let's
better
go over who's in the match. We got Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, who just qualified yesterday. I'm drawing a blank on the last two. Shit. Who are the other two again?
Rhea Ripley,
Rhea Ripley. How can I forget that? I'm such a fucking
Roxanne
idiot.
Perez.
And Roxanne Perez. That's what it was. Like I said, I've been, all over the place on my mind. But
Let me say this.
There's no wrong winner.
This is what the men's Money in the Bank match should have been. This match to me is the most unpredictable match you could possibly book. There is literally
Agreed.
like four different, 5 different candidates you could have. Like
I think any of them.
every single person
It could be
in-
either or.
like every single person in this match, sadly besides Alexa Bliss, makes sense for being money Money in the Bank.
Oh, I
That's
disagree.
harsh.
I'll take out Alex and put in Rhea in that situation, but
I could no. I'll say this. I see Alexa and Rhea in that situation. Alexa already won it before. Rhea, as much as she's popular, she's one of the top merch sellers. That's down the third. I feel like she should take a little break from being in the world title picture. I feel like a feud without a world title could really benefit her right now. So she could prove everybody wrong that she could stay relevant without a world title involved.
The thing is, we have asked for them to elevate new stars, especially new female stars, and you have 3 different female stars you could elevate with this match going forward. You
I
have
say 4, but
Yep.
you have Roxanne Perez, you have Stephanie Vaquer, and you have Julia. 3 big stars, major stars, very over with the crowd for obvious reasons. But literally any of those 3 you can make into a star winning this matchup. And my personal pick, and I'm gonna just go ahead and say it right now. My personal pick is Roxanne Perez.
okay.
Roxanne Perez, since NXT has been booked to be the next future of women's wrestling in WWE. She's literally called the Prodigy, trained by Booker T, advertised by Booker T. Was literally like people forget this, was literally the second person, the runner up in the Royal Rumble match, and like I would assume
Broke a record, by the way.
yes,
They break a record.
She went 1v1 with Charlotte fucking Flair. And
Flair Hogan.
yeah, and you're telling me that they're not gonna strap a rocket to this woman. Now, granted, if it is Stephanie Vaquer, great, fantastic. I think she deserves to be pushed, as well. But I feel like they have their own lane for her. They're going to do something magical with her. From right now, I see Julia going into the United States Championship route, especially after that little thing they did with Zelina. But Roxanne has to win this match. And the way you could do this is Roxanne having the Money in the Bank briefcase means at any time, at any point, she would cash in on Io. And I feel like this is how it's going to work. Liv Morgan is going to be jealous of Roxanne since she is technically a part of the Judgment Day. And Liv is going to be jealous of Roxanne because Roxanne has the one thing that she needs to get back to that Women's World Championship. And how much you want to bet that Liv Morgan is going to have a one-on-one match, Liv Morgan versus Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. And at that moment right there is where Roxanne cashes in and wins the Women's World Championship, bringing gold back to the Judgment Day.
Okay.
And that's exactly how they do it.
All right.
Not gonna lie, you cooked with that.
Yeah, you did cook.
You cooked.
You did cook. You did cook. Well, let's go in order. Yeah, I'm glad you said that though. I'm glad you started off with that. That is actually a really good prediction because Roxanne, I feel like they're really high on Roxanne, so I feel like they might just strap the rocket to her right now. Smooth. Who do you got winning? What's your prediction?
This is a tough one for me because
Any
any of these women could win.
It's a tough one
Any
for
of
you.
them.
I mean, like,
Because I have 3 people in mind. I have 3 people.
I know you're number one. I know you're number one. I know who you're gonna say. We all know. Yeah, we all know you're number one. Just might as well go ahead and say it.
Yeah. Death pretty much gave it away.
Yes.
Who?
Death gave it away. Yeah. Everything he said about Roxanne is literally what I think of her too. I think she's also good. I think she's going to be a top star in the company. So if there's one person I could think of winning that briefcase, it's her. It's her.
Okay. How about you, Shush? Yo, by the way, that profile picture is insane, bro.
That's actually
I don't see talent. I mean, I don't see color.
For YouTube purposes, he's just wearing a dunce cap and a karate outfit. Just for YouTube purposes.
No, bring back our truth. I don't know. It's a hard match. There's no wrong winners, so I want to say Naomi. I want to say
Naomi's a good pick.
I'm gonna say though there is a wrong winner. There is a wrong winner. I did mention that earlier.
Rhea.
Yeah.
Rhea for like. I wouldn't mind if Alexa.
If Rhea wins, I might actually crash. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, like I said.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I love Mommy. Everybody loves Mommy. Mommy's always on top.
Don't get me
But
she's
it's
always
like,
on top. But
it's like,
I don't know.
bro, this is like if Rhea wins, it's like, what was the point of putting all these new stars in this match? If we all knew that the most obvious prediction was going to be Rhea winning this match.
And the thing is, too, going all the way back to that, what was the point of having her drop the title to Io on Monday Night Raw in March? What was the point of having that triple threat at WrestleMania? Just have her go through that little quote-unquote redemption arc or that, losing the title, trying to fight for it again at Mania, just to come up short, just to win Money in the Bank again, just to probably have a successful cash-in and have another world title reign. Just a stat pad. It's like a cycle. It's like a cycle, pretty much.
Like hit her with the Bianca Belair, man. Just let her go on her training arc, bro. Let her go on her training arc. Get back to the title. Probably put the title back on her next year. Like give her that little training arc.
Okay.
We'll have a feud with Roxanne, Stephanie.
Yeah.
So here's my prediction for this women's Money in the Bank because honestly it could go either way.
Stephanie Backer.
Okay, let me talk.
I mean, just let him talk. We probably let him talk.
All right.
It could be her, but we'll see.
So who I want? So like I said with the other prediction, who I want to win? Obviously, I want Stephanie to win. I feel like they should just strap the rocket to her, push her to the moon. This is the perfect opportunity. But realistically speaking, I don't think they're gonna do that just yet. Just considering she just debuted on Raw yesterday. Like that was her. Well, she debuted on the Raw after WrestleMania, but this was her official main roster call-up debut. I feel like they're gonna give it to Roxanne. I agree with Smooth. I agree with Death. They're gonna give it to Roxanne. She's been on the main roster a little bit longer now. She showed up last year on Monday Night Raw after the Raw after WrestleMania. She's been pretty much ready for everything. She was the NXT Women's Champion. She was the NXT Women's Tag Team Champion. Yep. She had a really lengthy reign with the NXT Women's Championship, the second one. She's already a star. She's literally the prodigy. And if you want to push young stars, this is the way you go about it, especially in the women's division, which is really, really stacked right now. You put the Money in the Bank on Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne has it. She has the it factor. I see a lot in her.
Once again, I feel like people forget because of the winner of the match. She was the runner-up of this year's Royal Rumble match.
Hmm.
She was
1 hour.
1v1 with the greatest female. I don't give a fuck if you don't like her. The greatest female wrestler of all time. One of the greatest female wrestlers of all time.
Oh my God!
I don't.
That's
care-
another
I don't
conversation for
care
another
if you
time.
don't like her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't like her either. She's a piece of shit, but I'm not gonna discredit her talent. She was
But
one on one with one of the four horsewomen, and honestly, I kind of wanted her to win that Rumble. She low key should have, but I'm not gonna talk about it. But
Actually, I've had a change of thought. I just realized who's in charge. Not even winning for one reason, and one reason only. If you know, you know. Black. Yeah, Roxanne.
oh my God. Nah, Sis is low key cooking with that. Nah, but in all seriousness, no, yeah. If they weren't hiring Roxanne, they would not be pushing her to the moon this quickly and like the pretty much top story, you know. Because she's with the Judgment Day right now. She's getting involved with the Judgment Day vortex. If they weren't hiring her like that, they wouldn't be putting her into like a quote unquote popular, you know, storyline, one that's been in the realms for like the 3+ years has been active. So yeah, I feel like they're really high on Roxanne. They had her, you know, be the Iron Woman in the Rumble match. They're putting her in the Judgment Day with talent like Finn Balor and everybody, Liv Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's gonna win. She's gonna definitely win on Saturday.
yeah,
I want Stephanie. I would like to have Stephanie win, but if I'm being realistic, I think it's gonna be Roxanne.
yeah, and also, this is my personal theory. This is my personal theory. I think Dom Dom's gonna find a new girl. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh no, 100%.
I think
100%. Yeah.
Hey, we've been seeing Dom for the last 2-3 years of what he's able to do, man. Rhea,
bro,
Liv,
bro,
a little wrist to
bro,
Tiffany
yeah,
Stratton,
bro,
and then
yeah.
now Liv.
Latino E.
I said this in chat before. Bro has the Pete Davidson Riz. I don't know how he does.
He's the Pete Davidson of WWE. Oh my
bro,
God.
He's the Pete Davidson, bro. He's
The
legitimately
Pete Davidson. I get it because Pete be getting all the bad bitches. Shit.
Like bro, he don't
Damn.
he, like bro. If we think about Pete Davidson's track record, bro went from Ariana Grande to Kim K to I forgot who else he's dating, but
Supposedly
bro.
Jenna. I don't know if that was
yeah,
true.
I don't think that was true.
supposedly Jenna Ortega, but like the dude has mad riz, and this is the same thing with Dom. Bro went from Rhea Ripley to Liv Morgan and was teasing with Tiffany, and then now potentially Roxanne. And the thing is, if you really do your research, Rhea only got turned on when she lost the title. That's
Yeah, no, that is true.
Liv right now isn't in power. Liv right now doesn't currently have the championship. Roxanne is in the Money in the Bank match to get a Money in the Bank opportunity to win the championship.
And if she catches it on that same day,
Yes.
damn.
Dom would be smart. Dom has constantly went for women who are currently champion or currently in a position to be pushed in power.
I just thought of something crazy.
But she's been giving her chicken nuggets too. She's been giving them chicken nuggets.
I just thought of something crazy, bro. So I know y'all had to bring up a potential match between Io and Liv Morgan at a later date for the world title. All right, y'all not gonna like this, but I feel like this is something WWE might actually do. So what if they have that match at like SummerSlam, and then Liv Morgan actually pins Io Sky, wins the world title again, and then we have Roxanne just cashing her Money in the Bank afterwards, and then that's when Roxanne goes with Dominic Mysterio. With Dom has the IC title, Roxanne has the world title, and it's like a deja vu moment from SummerSlam last year.
That would be fire.
That would be deja vu. Yeah,
you heard it here first. Look, it sucks that Io might lose that and might lose that world title. But hey, if she has some solid matches within these next couple of months leading up to SummerSlam, then I'm fine with it. Because her reign's been spectacular so far. Don't get me wrong, it's been spectacular.
It's been amazing.
So it's been great. It's been great for real.
Yeah.
Yes, if they give her a fucking feud.
Yeah, they got to give her a few. They got to start utilizing her on Raw because her just
A
having those like
meaningful
backstage,
feud. Come on now.
them backstage segments, bro, ain't gonna cut it. I'm sorry, but they ain't gonna cut it.
Like, you have legitimately the best women's wrestler in the world right now, and he's like, oh yeah, no, we're just gonna have her stand outside for backup for Kairi Sane's match. I'm like, I mean, I guess.
All right, so we're gonna go on to another women-filled match. We're gonna go to the rematch between Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental title. They had a banger match at Backlash about a couple weeks ago.
We don't even.
Now we're getting the rematch at Money in the Bank. So I'm gonna start with Smooth. So Smooth, who you got winning this match? What do you see going down in this match?
We don't even gotta say too much.
I mean, I don't. I think Lyra could retain, but if Becky actually does win, that'd be crazy. But I say Lyra. Lyra.
All right, Shush, who you got winning, bro? What do you see going down in this match, if anything?
I've got
Damn, just give me.
Where's the order? We're going in order. It's Smooth, Shush, then you.
Yeah, I see that purely because of the stipulation, which is stupid, by the way. Becky wins and Lyra has to raise Becky's hand, even though it should be a last one standing. But you know, Triple H can be slow at times, not at times all the time. But yeah, I can 100% see Becky winning.
All right. Yaya, what you got, bro?
I feel like y'all three just forgot where Money in the Bank is. Oh, y'all forgot that Money in the Bank is in Los Angeles. This isn't even a question. This isn't even a debate. It's going to be Becky Lynch. It's going to be Becky Lynch. And if that little thing that Shush said of Lyra having to raise her hand when she wins, the minute Lyra tries to raise her hand, Bailey's music is gonna hit because, like I said, it's in California.
Bailey's from California. Yael's cooking once again. Cook.
Bailey's from California. Bailey's going to come back and feud with Becky Lynch for the IC title. That is what's going to happen. Use your brain, Choosh. Use your brain.
Somebody hire this man. Somebody hire this man to be a writer at this point. Hire him to be a writer.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. It is pretty obvious. They're in LA. They're in the Kia Forum. What happened at WrestleMania or the day before WrestleMania or the day of WrestleMania or the day before? I forgot what happened. I mean, I know what happened. I forgot how it went down though.
I think it was on the SmackDown. Yeah, it was on the SmackDown before WrestleMania or the Raw, one of the two. And Lyra,
Bailey got attacked backstage. They don't know who did it, so Lyra had to find a replacement, and it was Becky.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be the perfect opportunity for Bailey to return in her hometown of Los Angeles or her home state of California and attack Becky Lynch. Just show like, hey, she was the one who took Bailey out.
Or now hear me out. There is also a dark theory. What if Bailey comes out, returns, looks at Becky, but attacks Lyra?
How would they work?
How would that work?
Think about it, because technically, Becky never fully confirmed that she attacked Bailey. She just said it was her. She just said she just said it was me. But yeah, you could be Bailey.
Because I haven't I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been really watching like the shows, like all the segments and everything. So she did confirm that she did. Wait, did she actually confirm that she attacked Bailey?
She never really out loud said, yeah, nah, it was me who attacked Bailey. She just said it was me. But it's kind of like, I mean, I guess. But the thing is, Bailey and Becky have history. And if they do this smart, Bailey could come out and attack Lyra, and Becky and Bailey could form a team up, saying that they are the four horsewomen. There's also that, so it could honestly go either way.
Okay, but here's how I think everything's gonna go down. Give me 1 second here. So, y'all know in their NXT match that Becky and Lyra had. Lyra kicked out a one-man handle slam. At Backlash, Becky hit Lyra with 2-man handle slams, and she kicked out of both of them. I feel like at Money in the Bank, third time's the charm. I feel like Lyra's going to kick out at 3. I feel like WWE is really high on Lyra as well, and I feel like they're going to have her hold the IC title for the long run. So at Money in the Bank, because everybody's expecting Becky to win, but I do feel like they'll pull out another swerve and they'll have Lyra retain. But I do think with what Yael said about Bayley returning and everything, probably siding with Becky too as another swerve, that will be pretty cool to see. Because Bayley being a face, it's been really stale. She's looked weak. She hasn't been taken serious ever since losing the world title at SummerSlam last year. So I feel like this heel turn, again, will be a nice change of scenery. And I think Bayley might be the one to take that title off Lyra instead of Becky. Because I don't think Becky really needs the title right now. She does not need a title. She's just great in her own mind. Like, she's the GOAT in my opinion. She's the GOAT women's wrestler. I mean, that's a debate for another day, but I feel like she's the GOAT women's wrestler.
100%.
Wait,
she does not need a title right now. Huh?
Who did you just say?
What do you mean? Who I think is the GOAT women's wrestler?
Yeah.
Becky Lynch.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, Becky Lynch. Yeah, we're on the same page. Yeah.
Okay.
You could say Mercedes, but hey, this is a conversation, a debate that we can have later down the line, which I am going to be looking into, probably hosting.
You could debate Sasha Banks. I don't know about.
We'll get into this. We start this right now. Yeah, we gonna be here all day. We're gonna be here all day. So yeah, this match to cook. These two have great chemistry with each other. This will be a nice filler match for the card. I see it going probably 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. They never fail to disappoint us. They always put on bangers. But let's get on to the fourth and final match of the card, which I'm really shocked that this card is short. But like Smooth said earlier, got SmackDown on Friday, so they'll probably add one final match. I highly doubt they will, but it's WWE. We never know what can happen. But yeah, main event: Cena and John Cena and Logan Paul versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes tag team match. Smooth. How do you see this going down? And who do you got winning?
First off, I can't believe my GOAT is teaming up with that motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
Everybody.
Drink
I can't believe it.
Drink prime pussy.
But I feel like I'm not the only one thinking this. I think it's obvious I'm not the only one thinking about it, but I feel like a return is going to happen in this match. I see in some type of way, I see Roman Reigns coming back. I see Roman Reigns coming back in this match.
Ooh, in the main event.
I don't know how they'll do it, but I have a feeling the OTC is going to make his return.
So you think he shows up in the main event instead of the Money in the Bank ladder match to attack Seth?
Well, either or, but basically. I feel like he's going to help Cody and Jay win the match if that's the case. But if that's the case, but if not, then I say Cena and Logan will win. But if Roman does help Jay and Cody, then Jay and Cody are going to win. But if not, then Cena and Logan. That's what I see. That's what I see is going to happen.
All right, Shush. Who do you got winning this match here, or how do you see this match going down? Like, what shenanigans do you see happening?
Definitely a ref bump. I don't see why Roman would help Cody and Jay. He's just not really involved in the storyline. So
yeah,
in case Travis Scott wants to come out again.
Roman Reigns and Travis Scott, please no.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a prediction. I'm not saying I'm always right. It's just.
Yeah, for sure.
Something.
No, I'm saying probably Logan and Cena will cheat to win. I don't know. I don't know who takes the pin, but yeah, I think Cena will cheat.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. What do you see going down in this match? Who you got winning?
Once again, I keep trying to tell y'all another predictable match. It's going to be Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. Rhodes is going to pin Cena to further their feud going into SummerSlam.
Yep.
Took the words right out of my mouth. That's what I see the direction going. I know I did say LA Knight should win Money in the Bank and should pin Cena, win the title off Cena, but I do see Cody winning the WWE Championship back at SummerSlam. I do see that happening. So with how that's gonna go down, I see Rhodes and Jey Uso getting the win in this matchup. I feel like Cena's not gonna win every single pay-per-view match in this farewell tour, and this is going to be one of those matches where Cena takes the L. So yeah, I think Rose is going to end up pinning Cena, getting his lick back from WrestleMania, even though I don't want to see that. Just putting it out there in the air. That's the direction they're going to go, because I don't see Rose and Uso, taking losses like that, especially with Jey Uso's popularity right now. Whether you love him or hate him, he's one of the most popular acts right now in WWE. Same thing with Cody. Cody needs to build back his momentum. I think this is where they're going to start building that momentum up again, so he could go on to SummerSlam and get his win back against Cena.
Because I feel like out of all the names in this match, Cena could be good enough to take a pin.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be okay after the fact. Okay after the fact. I mean, this man's legitimately the greatest of all time. The dude taking a pin to Cody Rhodes will further his story, and it will get Cody prepped up for SummerSlam, which is, I'm pretty sure, the next pay-per-view going forward, that they're going to see each other.
Yeah.
Paul versus Uso can continue their rivalry on Raw as well. Build that up. I do think that Logan Paul possibly is going to be the one to take the title off Drew. So it might be Gunther, but I do think Logan Paul is going to win a world title this year.
Okay. So yeah, I think Cody is eventually going to win that WWE title back. It makes the most sense. He is what they like to call QB1, even though I don't agree with that. The other fans of Cody do believe that he's one of the most popular people in WWE right now. So I feel like they're going to just have Cody get his lick back, recapture that WWE title. As far as Logan Paul defeating Jey Uso, I really don't want to see that whatsoever. It's not me just being a Jey Uso hater and Logan Paul hater. I just don't want to see that go down. I want Rollins at least, or the Money in the Bank winner, to win the World Heavyweight Championship. It's just going to be interesting to see what goes down, because the Money in the Bank, anybody can win that, and there's all these possibilities. There's literally all these possibilities in the world. Like, you could have Penta win it, win the World Heavyweight Championship. You could have LA Knight win it, he could pin Cena or whatever. You could have Seth Rollins win it, have him pin Jey Uso. So many endless possibilities for Money in the Bank this year. But yeah, before we move on to the tier list, anybody have any last comments they want to make? Any last predictions? Any?
No, I mean, everything.
No comment.
Pretty fair right now.
No comment.
Drew says, I agree with you. It's definitely looking like Triple H is planning on giving the world title to Logan Paul.
Hell no.
Yeah,
Hell no.
That's a man.
Hell no.
I hope that doesn't happen.
That'll be the day I stop watching for real.
Nah, I'm still
not watching right now.
Yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Right now, the World Heavyweight title picture, it's very anticlimactic, because we don't know who's going to be the winner of the throne, Jey. So there's endless possibilities for that too.
Supreme will be all elite that day if that happens.
I'm already leaning towards all elite because of the controversial things that have been going on as of late. TKO ruining WWE, R-Truth getting released, Carlito getting released. The rumors,
which was bullshit. Bullshit.
I just want to clear the air right now. Miz is not gone from WWE. He is not gone just because of that Twitter thing. He is not gone. That's already been confirmed that was false.
That's the case. Gunther's not gone either because
Gunther's not gone either too. That was all
shit.
false. That was legitimately all false. Yeah, right now WWE's in a weird state. It's pretty much in a weird state. Ever since after WrestleMania, it's been in a really weird up and down like area. You have the highs, which is the Seth Rollins faction, the women's division getting stronger every week here on out, and then you got the lows, the releases, shitty storylines, piss poor, segments,
The fucking
ticket prices.
We gonna need a WWE. We've got a problem part 2, Mick Foley, because it's starting to look like it.
We will have a full stream dedicated to this in the next couple of weeks. I just want to see how the month of June plays out. We're going to be doing this within the next 3 weeks. We definitely are, because TJ wanted to do a stream talking about the state of the WWE. So we're going to see how the month of June plays out after Money in the Bank. We're just going to see how everything plays out, and then we'll have a discussion about it, because we definitely do need to have a discussion. I know we dipped and dabbled in this conversation a little bit today, but I do want to move on. I do want to get into the tier list that we got planned out here for you guys today.
But like I said, this year, Logan Paul on 5.
No,
I don't know about that.
No.
All right. Can y'all see the screen?
Paul every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me a sec, because I think my screen is frozen here. I don't know what's going on. Hold on 1 second.
I just went full screen on this shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my thing because it doesn't really show. But wait, y'all can see it. Everything's good.
I can see everything.
Give me a second. I don't know. I might.
It's phone fell.
All right, it is popping up on there. I don't know why it's not popping up on my thing. That's weird. Hold on, let me see. It's like this screen is frozen. All right. So I'm just gonna do it there. On my StreamYard end, it's not showing the actual screen, but on like the actual stream that you guys are watching right now, or on your guys' screen, it is showing. So I'm just gonna have to go to flow. All right, so
that's probably why.
Oh, my bad. Hold on, let me see. Presentation mode. Let me go to presentation mode. All right.
Yeah, we're good.
Here we go. So we got all the Money in the Bank winners in history, both men and women, starting all the way back to 2005 with Edge, and most recently with Tiffany Stratton last year. So we're going to go in order. We're just going to go in order. So obviously we have Edge, the first one that he won.
S tier.
So where are we ranking that?
S tier.
I'm putting S tier.
S tier.
That set the stone.
That
Money in the Bank.
It was the
That
first.
set the stone. Hold on. That set the standard for Money in the Bank in the future. This is literally the turning point for Money in the Bank. This is like the example for Money in the Bank.
Yep.
Literally without this Money in the Bank cash in, we don't get the infamous Money in the Bank cash in that happened at New Year's Revolution 2006. This man came out, gave his briefcase to Vince McMahon.
Yep.
Speared John Cena not once but twice out of his boots. Bloodied and battered, wins the WWE Championship. One of Supreme's worst days of his life. He cried like a little baby when it happened. But
fuck you. All right. All right. Look, I'm pretty sure all the Cena fans, the real Cena fans, know how he felt.
I praised it, bro. It was, I was a big fan of Edge. I was a big fan of Edge growing up, and Edge winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, one of the most goated moments of all time. Oh,
all right. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving on.
Great.
Let's keep moving on. Wait. Before anything, Shush, you agree with it being us, right? Because I didn't get an opinion from you.
Yeah,
all right.
One of the best cash-ins.
All right, we got RVD when he cashed in Cena at One Night Stand 2006.
My favorite. to this day.
I have a shocking thing to say about this.
Go for it.
For me, RVD is a B tier. Mainly because they didn't give him a long enough reign.
That's
And that
fair.
kind of pissed me off. Now, granted, the one night stand moment is one of the greatest moments of all time. I will
So
not deny that.
I
when
believe, if I'm not mistaken, he lost it a week later.
when we're ranking these, are we going based off them holding the money in the bank for the length that they held the money in the bank and how they were presented? Are we talking about the whole length of the money in the bank reign and then the cash in?
The Money in the Bank reign and the cash.
All right, so we're just strictly talking about how long they held it and what they did with it during, okay,
Basically.
I get it. So yeah, for RVD, I'm probably gonna put it B2.
Yeah.
eh,
Valid.
it was solid. I mean, the cash in was cool because he did, he cashed it in advance. He had the match with Cena, obviously. Paul Heyman was the ref. 1, 2, 3. Edge got involved.
Because like I get it, it's a great moment. He cashed in advance. He had he had home field advantage, home territory, home turf in ECW, one of the greatest moments of all time. Seeing John Cena getting booed was one of the funniest shits I've ever seen in my life. But it's just like he didn't have a great one with it. Like, what was the point of giving him the briefcase if he lost it to Edge about a week or so later? And it's just like, I guess. And the thing is, you know what's so crazy? He
What
lost.
happened?
He lost the title because he didn't pass the drug test.
Yep.
That's crazy.
No,
Yeah,
that's true. That is true.
that's insane. But yeah, that's
All right,
that
so
sucks
we
for
all in
him.
agreement that it's gonna be in B
Yeah.
tier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
B.
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
say so.
So now, okay, so this is a singular Money in the Bank briefcase. This was from 2007. So originally, Mr. Kennedy won it at WrestleMania 23, but then he ultimately ended up losing that to Edge because he had an injury, even though that injury turned out to be a false injury. So basically, Mr. Kennedy lost the Money in the Bank briefcase for nothing.
See,
That was stupid.
So I will. So I say this. Mr. Kennedy, I will put his, little lengthy reign that he had with the Money in the Bank briefcase. I want to say maybe towards C, maybe B, but I'm probably gonna lean towards C because he did eventually end up losing it to Edge. Edge.
now, I before we go to Edge, I have something to say. I am
Go
making,
for it.
I am making, for everyone watching, I am making a video of this of what if Mr. Kennedy's reign was different, and I feel like wholeheartedly, if it was me, I would put Mr. Kennedy at A tier, because the man, when he won the briefcase, he was the most over person to win the briefcase in 2007. The whole build up to him being in the Money in the Bank ladder match was amazing, and he he earned his way up to winning Money in the Bank. And it's just like it's so stupid. It's so stupid why they thought this man had an injury. He was so over. He was one of the greatest talents on SmackDown, and it's like they just did nothing with it. They did nothing with it, and I was so mad. And the thing is, he was so over. Like he was talking crap to people. He was talking crap to people like Batista. He was feuding with people like The Undertaker. He was feuding with Chris Breeze at the time while he was still in the company and still doing stuff. Um, but um, but he was feuding with He was feuding with Chavo. He was feuding with top stars on SmackDown, and had the briefcase to back it up. This man could have done so many great things, but just because they thought he had an injury, everything got derailed, and it's he should be so much higher. But I get your point for putting him at a C tier. It's just, god damn, man.
All right. So everybody else in agreement that we're putting Kennedy in C tier.
Yep.
C, D, like
Nothing
any of the
else.
bottom tiers.
Really, nothing else to say about it. But
All
other
right.
than,
So now let's move on to Edge. Second one where he
S.
defeated Mr. Kennedy. Because I'm not gonna
S.
lie, I would probably put it A because he had a solid little run in the time span that he had the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then he ended up cashing in on Undertaker. So I will put it A. Edge
And it's
when I
not
think of
iconic.
cash-ins, I automatically think of Edge.
That is true.
I automatically
For
think
sure.
of Edge.
For sure.
I do think the Revolution 2006 was a lot better than that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I like the Undertaker one. No, not Undertaker. Yeah, I like the Undertaker one more.
Okay,
That's
I
just me.
respect that.
Now, I have seen the Undertaker one. The Undertaker cash in. It was great. It was cool. Like it was unexpected, but like I feel like that was a good way of building up the Undertaker versus Edge at WrestleMania 24. It was great because Undertaker at that time in 2007 could not win a match against Edge to save his life. He just couldn't win. He just couldn't get it done against Edge, and I don't know why. But it was perfect build up. But I will say that the New Year's Revolution cash in was like 100 times better, mainly because just the way of it being the first cash in and the way he did it and the way he performed it, and being John Cena of all people at that time, it was. I just think the first cash in was a lot better.
Respect it. All right. So now let's go on to CM Punk's back-to-back Money in the Bank winnings. So we had the
Steve.
WrestleMania 24 and the WrestleMania 25. So WrestleMania 24, so he literally had that for at least 2 months until he cashed it in on Edge, which is crazy. He came full circle. Cashed it in on Edge on the Monday Night Raw in 2008, June 2008.
Fucking fell. It's
So
a C.
he only held it for a cup of coffee. So I'm gonna put a C.
See if I'm being honest, it would be a D tier, but C isn't bad.
Maybe I'll
Seems
put it.
good.
Actually, matter of fact, I would lean it a little bit towards B because he did end up cashing in on Edge. It was like a full circle moment, and that was his first big world title win. I'm not counting the ECW title.
Thing
This was
is,
his big first world title win on WWE
the
programming.
reason I would put it at C is yes, he won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Yes, it was full circle, but the thing is, he held the briefcase for about 2 months, won the title, and then held the title for like a cup of coffee. Not a lot of people
But
even.
remember, we're just ranking based on how good of the reign of the Money in the Bank, holding the Money in the Bank briefcase it was, and then the actual cash in itself. So we're just like,
Yeah. Like if that's the case, like I'm not gonna lie to you, the one coming up that we're about to talk about is a lot better than than the first one. I would.
oh yeah, for sure. Because the next one that we're talking about is the WrestleMania 25 one, where he went back to back, obviously, and he went on to cash in at Jeff Hardy at I think it was SummerSlam, right? If I'm not mistaken, SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it
SummerSlam.
was,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't SummerSlam.
No.
No, it wasn't SummerSlam.
Nah,
SummerSlam was the TLC match. I think it was Extreme Rules. It was Extreme Rules. So I'm actually
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
put that. I will actually put that either A or S, but I'm leaning towards a lot more S.
It's S tier. It's
I'm
S
gonna
tier.
put an S tier.
Yes.
S tier, and I'm gonna
Yes.
tell you why. It's S tier, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yes.
Explain.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. This was the first. This was the first pay per view I went over my brother's house to go watch. My brothers on my dad's side, and we watched Extreme Rules 2009. I'm letting you know right now. Little Yayo back then was a huge Jeff Hardy fan. I'm talking went to the thrift store and bought long socks just to rip them up and cut them up to make them look like Jeff Hardy sleeves. And I'm like the biggest Jeff Hardy fan at that time. And me, I was like, oh yeah, this build up between Jeff Hardy and Edge, two of the masters of the ladder match. Of the ladder match going head to head. This feud has been amazing. Both of them extremely fucking hate each other. Um, Edge was one of my biggest ops. Edge was one of my biggest ops in that at that point, and I really wanted Jeff Hardy to win the world title. And once he actually won it, I was so happy, bro. I was so relieved. I was so glad. and then I hear CM Punk's music come out, and I swear to you, that's one of the key moments that makes me hate this motherfucker for a passion, bro. I wanted Jeff Hardy to have a lengthy reign, and this son of a bitch comes out, cashes in on my boy Jeff Hardy. First off, he hits the GTS, and Jeff Hardy kicks out at two. Jeff Hardy kicks out at two the first time because he's a dog. He's a dog ass dude, and he's one of them ones. And he's a goat. And then CM Punk eventually won, and I'm like, bro, why? Like, just why? You had Batista, Randy Orton, John Cena at that time. You could have cashed in on, but bro said, yeah, no, I'm gonna cash in on you because I want to. And I'm like, granted, it was a great cash in because like there was no one more despised at that time for me than CM Punk. And I was like, that memory is still embedded in my brain.
We're gonna move on to this. We're gonna move on quickly. We're gonna move on quickly. We're gonna move on quickly from this one because this one, nah. I don't wanna hear anybody out. I don't wanna hear anybody out. There's no explanation you can make me hear that defends Jack Swagger. That makes this cash in. This makes his Money in the Bank winner. No. This is F. Nah.
His cash in on Jericho wasn't too bad. In my opinion, it was the wrong. It was an okay moment, but it was the wrong person to cash in on. Because like I'm looking at this list, and there's a lot of people who are a lot worse than Jack Swagger on this list.
True. But they're still gonna end up on the F tier. I don't care. They're still gonna end up on the F tier.
He at least deserves a D. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Pause.
Pause. No Diddy. But it's like he at least deserves a D tier right there.
I don't know. Smooth is just to discuss that real quick because y'all already know my answer.
I'm just saying it could be a D tier. I'm just saying.
Are you there?
Think about it. Look at everyone else that is coming up on this list, and you're telling me they're not worse than what Jack Swagger was. And granted, you can't even blame that on Jack Swagger. You have to blame that on the booking of Jack Swagger.
I say I lean in between F or D.
F.
I mean, the moment was cool and all, but at the same time, I don't remember shit. At the same time, I don't remember shit from that.
Because it's a solid.
This was the most forgettable. I don't care what anybody says. This is the most forgettable Money in the Bank winner of all time.
The most forgettable?
One of the most forgettable Money in the Bank winners of all time.
You know what? It's cool.
This man literally held it for like a week, cashing on Jericho, had a really shitty reign, only had a match against Randy Orton, ended up losing it at the Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view later that year. Yeah, I don't want to hear anything else. We're moving on because we still got a whole lot of these, bro. Because if we stay yapping out a whole single one of these, bro, we're gonna be here all day. All right.
Justice for Swagger.
All right. Next one is Kane from 2010. So this is when they had. Hold on, because I'm just hovering over. Doesn't mean I'm gonna put it on. Let me explain. So this is when the Money in the Bank started splitting into brands. So this is when they had the SmackDown and then they had Raw. So 2010, we got Kane. He cashed in later on in the same night against Rey Mysterio to win the World Heavyweight title. And it's weird, too, because this is literally like months after Swagger won the Money in the Bank, and they just made it into a pay-per-view. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I'm probably going to put Kane at D because even though it was a really short... But hear me out. Money in the Bank has never been cashed in on. This was the first time Money in the Bank has been cashed in on the same night. So he made history doing this. So I'm gonna put it D.
Yeah.
Even though it was a forgettable Kane World Heavyweight title reign, it still was clever though. Cashing in on the same night. I don't know about anybody else. Shush, you agree with anything? Shush, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know. It's a tough one.
But he gets a D tier is crazy.
Wait, who's you? I can't really see.
It's Kane.
I did watch this casting the other day. To be honest, I'd say maybe C. It was okay. Nothing
Oh,
to really
C?
write home about. Yeah.
All right, we'll do this real quick. We're gonna go down the listing and we're gonna see what everybody says. So Smooth, who you got? What's your grade?
I say D.
D. All right, Shush, you said C.
Yeah, I'll say C.
Yaya, what you got?
F.
F. Ooh. All
Oh
right,
wow, was that bad?
I'll be the tiebreaker.
Oh
I'm
shit.
gonna agree
Okay.
with Smooth. I'm gonna say D.
Oh
I'm
shit.
gonna say
Okay.
D.
I didn't think it was that bad.
All right, now this is where we start getting back into the good things. So Miz from 2010, when he won the Raw one, I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put a mess. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put a mess. I'm gonna put a
Up
mess.
there all time.
You know what? Yeah, valid. He cashed in on Randy Orton.
That was a valid cash in though, and he did make that Money in
Yeah.
the Bank briefcase relevant that summer. He really did elevate that like Money in the Bank briefcase, and it's crazy too, is because he was one of the first people to actually use that as like a weapon, or actually like utilize that, have it all damaged and everything. Remember when he hit Sheamus with the skull crushing finale on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then he attacked Daniel Bryan to SummerSlam with it. So yeah, I'm gonna put a S tier. I don't know about y'all, but I say S tier.
I mean,
I agree.
Oh,
I
you-
agree.
I was gonna say like maybe A or B, but it's understandable.
We'll go down. We'll go down the listing. So Smooth, what do you got for this?
Yeah, I agree with you. S.
S.
He
What
had a-
about you, Shush?
I was gonna say A or B, but yeah, I guess S ain't a bad spot for it. I enjoyed the cash in. It really made it the Miz who he is today. I think, well, helped him.
Absolutely.
All right, yeah. How about you?
I don't care. Justin for swagger, but I guess he gets an S.
He's still mad about the swag.
I'm
That's
still mad.
crazy.
You put Kane over Jack Swagger is crazy.
Let's just be clear here. You're glazing Jack Swagger right now. You know that, right?
Kane over Jack Swagger is insane.
You're glazing Jack Swagger right now. You know
It's
that,
not
right?
insane. It's not insane.
Bro, I've
Kane's
never
casting
met
Kane's better.
I'm being
Like,
so
I'm not
serious.
saying.
So
I'm
it's like NBA, bro. I've never met a Utah Jazz fan. It's like saying the same thing for WWE. I've never met a Jack Swagger fan in my life.
Like, I'm not saying this man's the greatest Money in the Bank, Money in the Bank winner of all time. But
The only time I was a Jack Swagger fan was when he was Total Americano. If you play SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, then you know.
Like, bro,
Yes.
the man deserves his justice at least. The man's cash
Justice for
wasn't that
what?
bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
He
It was
didn't do
horrible.
shit.
All right, we're gonna move on. No, hold on. We're gonna move on from Jack Swagger. I don't want to hear no more about Jack Swagger. He's irrelevant now. Jack
In
Swagger, Jake
2025.
Hager. I don't care about him whatsoever. He's not really the best human being. So, Daniel Bryan, 2011. Me personally, I'm leaning towards
C.
maybe B.
I
B or C.
say between B and C.
I'll say C.
Since it's Ant's favorite, I would put it at F. But I actually do kind of like this cash in. But so we're gonna give her like a B or an A. I'm cool with that.
I'm saying C.
Just
So
because I like this cash in.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'm hearing a
You know
bunch
what? Yeah,
of
B.
B's. So
Yeah, B.
okay, we'll put it B. Yeah, because it was a cool cash in. I know it was at TLC 2011. Big Show was knocked out from Mark Henry and he capitalized off that. Yeah, I like B. It was a cool cash in. Nothing too out of we kind of expected it to happen when Big Show was down. All right, the next one is I'm gonna let everybody else talk about it. Burn it out real.
This guy.
Oh God no! God no!
Other than the other guy
God,
that got a fucking F for no reason. This guy deserves an F. This
God,
guy
give him an F right away. Ew.
Yeah, I'm
Ew.
probably gonna put an F because
Ew.
like
Fuck
it was
that
a weird
guy.
time too. Because here's the thing: you have him win Money in the Bank, right? Then a month later, a month later he cashes in at SummerSlam against CM Punk just to lose it to Cena, just to win it back in a Hell in a Cell, just to lose it again. Like, that was a weird time where the title kept hot potato in amongst Cena, Alberto Del Rio, Punk. It was a weird time.
Yeah. The summer of Punk, guys. Yeah. More like the summer of Del Dickhole, bro. That's what that is.
I think he's like one of the only people to win Money in the Bank, the Royal Rumble, had a world title match at WrestleMania all in this first year. Like
All in this
they
first
had the rocket to him.
They
Like
did
that,
have
the
I still find that crazy.
And look at him now. He just lost the AAA title, the El Vikingo, Alio del Vikingo.
Vikingo!
Oh,
All
he
right.
sucks. But that's another story for another time.
Oh god, this guy.
I
All
feel
right.
like Sure just hates every version of wrestling that isn't British wrestling.
Oh, you should have
Oh, I
like
think
British
I
wrestling.
know who's next. I know exactly
Oh,
who's
S.
next.
Man, put those Ziggler in S
S.
already.
S,
Do we
and I
even
want him
S,
first.
do we
S tier.
do we need
I
to
want
Dolph
him-
Ziggler S.
I want
I
him.
S tier.
I want him
S
first.
tier for obvious reasons.
so we don't hold
No,
on. We don't even need to get into full depth about Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler, like
I want him first. I want him first on the S tier. That's how good it was.
First, wow,
first,
over
we're just going
Edge.
in order.
Over
I'll say
Edge?
first.
It doesn't matter in order. I want him first.
We're just going in
I'm
order.
saying first. You had the best one.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's top
Yeah,
three.
the
It's
best
top
one
three.
out
It's
of
top
everyone
three.
in there.
Yeah. True.
The pop, him winning the title was.
I feel like he needs his own tier of his own. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
You said make a tier for Cena on his own because Cena has the worst cash in ever.
Oh, man.
Because look at
He was the
announced
first
it.
person. He was the first person to lose the cash in, and at the same time,
I
he was
know.
the first to announce it.
I was so happy that day, bro.
Cena, you're my favorite. You're my favorite wrestler, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. Your cash in was the worst. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say this. Your cash in is an F.
Like, bro, that was like the one time I actually.
I'm sorry.
That was like
I hate it. I hated the cash in. I'm sorry.
That was like the one time I actually rooted for CM Punk. Yeah, like the one time when he cashed in on Punk, and I wanted him to lose.
Who would have thought your favorite wrestler would have the worst cash in? God.
A lot of people, there's a lot of people on this list who had the worst cash in.
I'm sorry, Cena, but it just didn't. It wasn't it. It wasn't
Like
it.
the match was good, like his cash in.
Great match,
Yeah,
but
great.
The fact that I had to end in DQ, yeah.
All right, so Cena, I'm putting F. That was one of the worst. I think it is the worst cash in of all time. Next we got Damian Sandow.
F.
put him there too.
F.
Put him there too. F.
Put him there too.
Gotta grab me some more water here.
Unlike the first one on this list, these people deserve an F.
I mean,
All right.
Sandow for what it was entertaining, but
And like Sandow, like get me wrong, Sandow's Money in the Bank cash in was at least somewhat entertaining, but like it was just so lackluster. Like honestly, I would have taken Cody winning at that time, because Cody was like 100 times more over.
Definitely. Ooh,
Right,
Randy.
I want to get a speed run on through these a little bit, so let's just kind of like speed through it. So Randy Orton 2013, where would you put that? So smooth.
B.
I say between B or A.
B or A. All right. Shush, what did you say?
I said B.
B. And what about you, Yaya?
I said B or C.
B or C. He had it for like a month. Then he did the ultimate heel turn, cashing in on Bryan at SummerSlam. I say B. Like I said, he didn't really hold it for that long, but it was a good swerve. It was a good cash in. I won't lie.
It was the day Antstroworld cried.
Yeah.
No, if I
That's
could
why I started getting back in. I wasn't
could-
too big of a Bryan fan right then and there. Like he started making me become that right there was starting to make me become a Bryan fan.
Yeah. No, if I could remove
Alright.
one thing, it'd be the Triple H, but he's got to stick his nose in everything. Anyway.
I already know what's I think we all know where this one should go.
Do we even need to explain anything about that?
Heist of the
Greatest cash in all
century.
time.
All I'm gonna say is Heist of the century. That's it.
Maybe 31
That's
Heist of the
all you
century.
can say.
I
Heist
got
of
the
the
briefcase
century.
right here. I got it right here.
And he might do it again Saturday.
He might do it again Saturday.
Saturday.
What do I got in here?
The reason he actually has nothing in there.
I do got something in here. I got AJ Styles gloves,
AJ Styles.
and I got a Dre Briscoe armband from when I went to Ring of Honor.
Ah,
Oh shit.
Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe.
who'd have thought? I would, see, look,
All right.
You know what's crazy? We've never seen an actual Money in the Bank briefcase filled with money.
Ooh, that's something to think about. Sheamus,
F.
I will probably put it
Sheamus.
C or D. I ain't gonna lie, C or D. He
This
did
guy
have,
Yeah.
get the D?
I probably
I'm
will
putting
put
a
it.
D.
I probably
D,
will put it D because
D,
here's the thing.
D.
He didn't really make that money in the bank.
That
He didn't really
515
make that
thing.
money in the bank briefcase run as important. He didn't really make it feel like important. The only thing that really was cool though was that cash in that Survivor Series because we didn't expect it. We did not
So
expect
we
it
gonna forget
whatsoever.
about that Sheamus 515 shirt? Okay.
That's why I'm putting it. That's why I'm gonna put it. Like I said,
I troll. Yeah, keep
I
that
know,
on
I know.
D. Keep that on D. Oh shit!
I got
Dolph's
pissed
cash in is
off, bro.
playing on my screen right now. Oh shit!
I mean, if that's the case, the guy after him also deserves a D.
Dean Ambrose.
I
I
probably
say
put him.
C.
I probably
say
put
I'm
him
C.
saying, yeah, I'm
C
saying C.
because look, like Kane, he cashed in on the same night. But here's what makes this a lot more interesting. Let me break it down.
Yes. All Shield members held the title.
Can you let him speak? Damn.
Bro, yeah, bro, you never let me speak. Let me explain. Damn.
God.
So,
we get it. Jack Swagger, you hate the fact that Jack Swagger's an F. Too fucking bad.
Yes.
Get over it.
All right. So the year previous, it was Money in the Bank 2015. Ambrose and Rollins had a ladder match for the WWE title. Rollins won. Fast forward 1 year later, Ambrose cashes in on the same event on Rollins to win the WWE title. So it came pretty much full circle. But yet, all Shield members held it on the same day. Cool. But I just like that whole full circle moment thing.
That was cool. Definitely cool.
So I say let's put a C. Yeah, this next one, Baron Corbin, I'm putting F. Okay, at this point, I say any failed cash in, you put F. Carmella,
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Carmella.
underrated, very underrated. I would probably put it B or A.
I could put. I say. Yeah.
It was the first
say
women's
B.
cash in. It was the first women's cash in. B.
I say B because
Wait,
the
was
fact
it?
that
Yeah.
you cash in the SmackDown after WrestleMania on Charlotte Flair, perfect.
Oh yeah.
I say B. All right, Strowman. F. Yeah, like I said, all failed ones are going in F. Alexa Bliss. She was the first woman to cash in on the same night. So
okay, that A. Alexa A.
Because I didn't expect that whatsoever. I didn't think they would actually have a woman cash in at the same night.
That was shocking. I was shocked that day. So yeah, A.
F.
Oh, Brock. This is a rare occasion.
Brock? Oh, God.
I'm putting F because
Mustafa Ali got robbed.
Again,
Mustafa Ali got robbed.
That's another conversation we need to have for another day about Mustafa Ali, because how do you get fumbled like that twice in the same year? You got fumbled once because of an eye injury in an elimination chamber, which led to Kofi Mania. Then you get cucked out of a fucking Money in the Bank ladder match by Brock Lesnar, who already had a title, didn't really need it. Damn, 2019 was not a good year for Mustafa Ali.
Nope. One of the unluckiest superstars.
All right, next one we got is Bayley. She was another woman that cashed in on the same night, but I'm probably going to put that
D. Or F. I don't really care.
I'll probably put it D because, I mean, it was cool. Bayley deserved it. She pinned Charlotte. We didn't like seeing Charlotte win the world title again, especially against Becky Lynch. So Bayley kind of savored that moment, like kind of salvaged everything. So, yeah, I'll put it, yeah. Otis.
Oh my God.
Hold on. What? No.
But like the same. Well, hold on, because the same energy that we gave Mr. Kennedy, we're gonna probably have to give it to Otis a little bit too. Because Otis
say
was
D or C. For Otis, I say D or C. It's between
Sure.
D or C.
Shush! Since you're the
No.
Otis, fanboy, where are we putting Otis?
So they done something different. They threw in a curveball. They decided to get something fun with Otis. Don't get me wrong, he had potential, but I wouldn't say it was the worst. Like compared to the ones in F and D, I wouldn't say it's that bad compared to them. So
Yeah.
I'd say D.
Yeah, you know what? We'll put D
Yeah,
because
D.
at least he was kind of funny holding that. Because I remember those teases he used to do against Braun Strowman that he was going to cash in on him. That was funny.
Yeah.
And then didn't he use the Money in the Bank briefcase as like a lunchbox for
Yeah.
meat
A
or something like that?
lunchbox, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Yo, that I'm
Just
not
have
gonna
loads of
lie.
ham and meat.
He
but-
did like with the time he had the Money in the Bank briefcase, he did make some funny, entertaining moments with it. Can't lie on that. Miz.
Oh God.
He didn't even hold it for that long. Did he not have
Yeah,
like
basically,
Yeah.
this was like a meal ticket for Bobby Lashley right here. Like, you won against Otis. Or if I take Drew out, you cash in, you win it, you give me the match, I win. Basically, that's what it was. It was a free meal ticket for Bobby Lashley. Even though it was a cool moment, though,
Or D.
It's a D.
it's probably gonna be D. Because, like I said, that was very forgettable. He literally held the WWE title for a week. A
Yeah,
literal
he
week.
didn't have the money in the bank for that long either.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
No, he had it for a little bit because their little match that they had where Miz defeated Otis was the Hell in a Cell, I believe, in 2020.
Yeah, Hell in a Cell. 'Cause, Tucker cost him, and then
Yeah,
he
and
didn't
then
cash
Miz
in
ended
until
up
February.
he didn't cash until February at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, to me personally, I'd put it in F because I don't remember much from that Money in the Bank run.
Yeah,
Granted, it was in COVID, but yeah, I'd put it in F.
we'll just go through this. We'll just go through everybody right here. So Smooth, where would you put that in?
What? Miz?
Miz, yeah.
D. Didn't
All right,
really-
Shush,
I'm putting F.
Yaya,
F.
F. All right, bet. We'll put
Okay,
an
but
F.
yeah,
I'll put an F.
it was either
Whatever.
or.
Also,
Asuka.
also an F.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say F, even though yes, he did
She
get.
didn't even win a match to do it.
She didn't even win. Yeah, exactly. That match was literally only for the title because Becky was pregnant.
As
Yeah.
much as I like the wholesome moment, which was a really wholesome moment,
I mean,
what was the point
it
of
was
that? You might as well
great,
just
but-
have, you might as well have just had a freaking ladder match for the Raw Women's title. You might as well have just had a ladder
Exactly.
match. Like, yeah, I mean, it was a cool gesture. I can't lie, but still, that was a waste of the Money in the Bank.
Shout
Ooh.
out to Oscar though. One of the
Yeah, shout out
underrated
Oscar though.
gentlemen from-
Yeah,
Shout
Shout out
out
Oscar.
Oscar.
What else? B.
Ooh, Biggie. Ooh.
Biggie.
I'm probably
I'm
going
putting
B or A.
Yeah,
I'm
B.
actually Well, I'm gonna lean towards more B because he did announce his cash in ahead of time. He was
Yeah.
like, "I'm going to cash
Yeah.
in tonight." Yeah, so that kind of ruined it because we all knew he was gonna do it. So, yeah, I say B. Yeah, what are you thinking, bro?
B.
All right, B. Nikki
F. Fat ass F.
F.
forgettable as fuck. I'm sorry, forgettable as fuck. Damn.
Yeah.
There's been a history of horrible Money in the Bank. Oh my god. Damn. And Legends too, like Cena. Oh my god. Okay, Theory.
Cena was the first one.
F. I love you,
can't
F.
lie.
He
Wait.
didn't even win the world title. He didn't even.
Yeah,
cash in on
you
the
said we
world
should.
title.
Yeah, you said we should make a different column just for Theory.
I
Yeah.
can't lie.
You know what?
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, because he didn't even cash in on the world
Call it,
title. He cashed in on a mid card title.
Call it,
I'm-
what the?
I'm gonna be.
What the fuck are you doing? That's what that is.
He cashed in on a mid card title, mind you.
I'm not gonna lie.
He was the only person, I believe, to cash in a mid card title.
Yeah, he is.
So, Shush, you know how you have your hate. You know how you have your hatred for Triple H. I can see where it started stemming, bro. Because
Silo X.
No, I
X,
don't think it
love
was
you.
that bad. To be
You're
honest.
me and you. We're Austin Theory Glazers till we die. But it's like, what was this, bro? What
I
was
can't-
this? You
I
you
think
could have had him cash in at SummerSlam, and it would have been the biggest thing. But what the fuck?
It was stupid.
I
It
think
was so fucking stupid.
I
How
I
you gonna?
think his briefcase run was fun. It's just the cash in that ruined it because
A
he was doing
U.S.
the
title? A U.S. title.
the segments with the bloodline was fun. Like they were funny, but it, yeah, when he cashed in on Seth Rollins, you knew it was ropes. The
The
fact
thing
Seth
is,
was injured
the
as
thing is,
well.
the thing is, you know
I
what's
think
so
he
stupid about
did.
that?
He fail that? Wait, did he fail or did he successfully?
No,
I
he
don't
failed.
He
remember.
failed.
He failed the cash in. He cashed in. Who was it against? Bobby Lashley or Rollins?
Seth Rollins.
Rollins. It was
Seth was
Rollins.
injured. I think Seth had like an
I
Yeah.
don't, but
a
I don't
knee
remember if he
injury.
successful. If he did it successfully or if he failed.
But
No, he
he
lost.
could have cashed in.
Oh, he failed. All right.
This cash in and this Money in the Bank winner was so stupid, and I'll tell you why. If you had Austin Theory win the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then you were like, well, we have Roman holding both titles right now. Shit, what are we gonna do? Oh well, we're just gonna have him go after the mid card because that makes fucking sense.
It made
Yeah,
zero
but
sense.
yeah.
Zero
If you
sense.
had zero plan of putting him as the champion, knowing that Roman was gonna have this lengthy ass reign, why have the Money in the Bank match?
Exactly.
Stupid. It was a stupid idea from bad creative and all that shit.
Because y'all got to remember too, this was during the ending days of VKM, and yeah, I know VKM was really high in Theory, so he probably wanted to give him that one last push before he was out the door, and that's what he did. And Triple H had to figure out a way how to salvage it, go around it.
You just couldn't.
He just couldn't. So he had to take one for the team and do what he did, which is unfortunate, but hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But Liv Morgan, I ain't the biggest Liv Morgan fan, but I ain't gonna lie, that cash in was pretty solid.
That cash in was fine. That cash in was
I'm
fine.
putting
The cash in was
C
fire.
or D for me.
B.
I think this is before she started getting a lot of hate too. Like this was before she was getting astronomical amount of hate.
This
Oh
was,
wait, this is
back,
before.
this was back when everybody could agree that she was fine.
Mm-hmm. This
Now,
is when everybody was rocking with her. Like
Wasn't
fully
this-
everybody was rocking with her.
yeah, now we
Wasn't
have
this-
Stephanie McCurd. Shit, we have Jada.
Mhm.
Wait, was this not before?
We got Jordan Grace.
She cashed in on the same night. I think this is when she cashed in on Ronda Rousey.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
is
yeah,
this-
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Is this
so
not when she was getting called the female Jeff Hardy for those extreme spots she used to do?
Yeah.
that I'm not gonna lie, that is an insane thing to say.
That is an insane comparison.
Very insane thing.
Very
But
insane.
I'm leaning towards B. I don't know about y'all, but I got B.
I'm saying C.
Good. He's good.
B's good.
B.
Majority. All right, majority. We'll put a B. I respect C though, I respect C. Damian Priest.
Up here because of Ant. I'm here. But
No, I'm saying B.
you know what?
I say A.
Actually,
You know what? I'm gonna say a solid A, bro.
actually, I don't know because
I was proud of him. I was
hated the
very
constant
proud of him when
teasers.
he won that, when he cashed in. It
Y'all
was a
want to know
pretty
my
good moment.
y'all want to know my honest opinion?
Oh, you picked
I'm probably
B.
leaning towards more B because I'm gonna put B. I'm gonna give you my explanation. In the beginning, it was not looking too good for Damian. Remember, everybody was like, "Oh my God, this is the worst Money in the Bank holder of all time." They complained about
I remember
they were complaining about Senior in the Bank. They were complaining about how he wasn't being utilized, how he was being made to look weak. And then we got that cash in, that iconic cherry on top cash in at WrestleMania 40 against Drew. In my opinion, a top 5 cash in all time.
Yep. When everybody was trolling Ant because Damian Priest wasn't being utilized correctly. And
Yeah, but it's just the constant teasers that and the missed opportunities. Like Seth missed like what 3 months. Like you could have easily had Damian cash in during Seth and Jinder. Like there's so many chances, but the cash in was still great. But
You know what?
I think it's too
Instead of
high.
putting it in B, I think I actually will put it in A because I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect them to do another cash in at WrestleMania. I thought they were gonna just have Rollins be the solo person to ever do that. But once I heard
He cashed in
WWE
on Mania.
music,
That was awesome.
And that was an opener too. That was part of an opener. That all went down in a matter of like 30 minutes. Like, can't get any better than that. So you know what? I agree with Yayo, Smooth. I'm gonna put it A. I feel like I was being a little bit too harsh because of the beginning of the Money in the Bank reign, him not really doing anything with it, the failed teases, like Shush was saying. But in retrospect, the cash in, the payoff, the hold off was all worth it.
Yep. Talking about another A right here.
Ooh, shout out TJ because he actually got to go see this. Shout out TJ because he saw this catch live. EO. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna probably have to go in A as well too because we didn't really expect her to cash in that SummerSlam, but after that whole match with Bianca, Asuka, and Charlotte, where Bianca won, but she was injured because of that knee thing when she fell outside the ring. EO took advantage of it, got that big win. She needed that big win in her career. That was the start of greatness. That was the start of everybody starting to respect
the greatest women's wrestler of all fucking time, baby.
Yep. I respect that. But yeah, we'll put it A. Then we got these two. So what do we say? Failed cash-ins. Actually, I'm not even gonna put. Well, actually, wait. Nah, we'll put an F. I was gonna put it what the hell, but nah, we'll put an F.
What was the point of him winning the Money in the Bank match?
I mean, I understand he had a few. I know he lost the world title. He wanted to gain it back. It kind of made sense. Okay, I got cashed in. I'm gonna go win this Money in the Bank and cash in on the similar people who took that title away from me or who were involved in a whole title fiasco. And then Punk got involved, and that was the whole clusterfuck. We all know how it went down.
I think you put Drew way too high. You're being too nice.
You want me to put in what the hell? You want me to put it in what the hell?
Really?
Yes, it was that bad. It was that bad.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
It was pointless.
I ain't gonna lie, that was actually pretty bad. That was like,
but at least he didn't cash in the on the U.S. title though.
You know what? Yeah. Put out what the hell? Fuck Lee. Yeah.
Theory cashed in on the U.S. title. Drew didn't. Yeah. Leave that on. I say Theory deserves to be in by himself.
This thing is
because what the fuck, Theory?
There was no point.
Drew didn't
point of him winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. Cashes in the same night just to lose his cash in, and we had legitimately one briefcase for the entire remainder of the year. Like, what are we talking?
See, and there's only one man you can blame. Triple K. He did it, man. I'm not a Jey Uso fan. But Jay would have been a better choice here.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, LA Knight.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it F. The reason why I'm gonna keep it F is even though it was a failed cash in, at least it wasn't against the mid card title.
Exactly.
I think Smooth said it. Cashing in on a mid card title just to fail, that's in his own category itself. It was the stupidest decision.
It deserves its own category. I mean,
but like I also said, we had to kind of give Triple H cut him some slack because he had to make a decision. Try to
we ain't cutting Triple H no slack, man.
I know you're not. I will though because he was put in a shitty situation with Theory. So,
man,
it was not salvageable whatsoever because they knew Roman was holding that world title for another year and a half.
That shit was not salvageable at all, my God.
And just keep in mind, there was no World Heavyweight Championship yet. That didn't debut till May of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So, they were in a pickle. But, last but not least, we got Tiffany Stratton. Where are we putting her?
C.
Solid C.
That was a great moment. I'll give you that.
It was a cool moment. I probably lean towards more C. It was a great moment. It was cool. Nothing too crazy. It was on an episode of SmackDown. I think it was the first SmackDown on USA, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
First SmackDown of the year. So, I lean towards C. She's having a great reign. I did like the pink little Money in the Bank that she had. It fit her whole gimmick.
Yeah. The Barbie in the Bank, that was pretty cool.
That was cool for her. Yeah, it fit her gimmick and everything.
Is she really having a good reign?
Yes.
No,
She hate life. That's what that.
What?
What?
What happened?
What? What happened? What happened in NXT?
Mariah May.
Oh man!
I have a feeling!
Hey, no way.
Oh my god! I fucking called it. Hold on, let's go on Twitter right the fuck now.
Oh my god.
Because I can't watch it live right now. Because hold on.
Hey, yo, motherfucker! What?
There is
Where?
there is no way Mariah May.
Hold on.
Where?
Hold on. I'm on Twitter right now. Hold on.
They did
Oh my
this
God.
now?
They're doing it. Wait, now?
Now.
Oh my god! Oh
You
my
know what?
God!
You know what? You know what? It makes
Oh my
sense.
God!
You know what? It makes sense. They just moved a lot of their top stars, to the main roster. It makes sense. It makes sense.
It makes
I didn't
sense.
think they were gonna do this early. I didn't think they were gonna do this early. I think they were
were gonna wait. Yo, I didn't think they were gonna do this to like Evolution.
Well,
That's what I said.
There's another wrestler I'm downloading in 2K25.
Oh
Another
my
wrestler
Lord.
Give it up.
downloading in
Everybody
2K25.
clap. Everybody
Oh
clap.
my
Give it up.
Lord.
Give it up.
Oh
Give it
my
up.
Lord.
Mariah May, congratulations for achieving your dreams.
You know what? You know what?
She's
You know what?
achieving her dream. I'm so proud of her. Her dream was.
You know what? Big ups, Mariah May, bro. Big ups, Mariah May. That woman.
Oh my god.
That woman is legitimately destined for greatness.
Give Mariah May all the titles.
That was a shocker. That was a shocker because I just
What?
looked over
Jesus
at my
Christ!
phone.
I get a phone
I looked
call.
over at my phone. Everybody's blowing up the group chat. They're talking about, yo, she's already here. I'm like, whoa, what are we talking about? Are we talking about
What the fuck?
who are we talking about?
Wow.
Yeah, give
So
Mariah May all the
breaking
titles.
news for those of you in the chat right now: Mariah May has made her debut on NXT. How crazy is that? She's achieving her dreams. She wanted to go to WWE for a long time, and now it happened.
All right. Wow.
Now the thing is, will she be called?
Props to her. I'm so proud of her. I'm happy
You're
for
gonna
her.
call
She's
it
just
Mariah March.
Mariah.
No, you
Makes
know
sense.
what? I changed my predictions again. Mariah May from the bank. It's got to happen.
All right.
I
The
want her.
greatest
I do
woman-
want her to take that title off JC though. I do want her to take that title
That's
off.
probably
JC.
what's happening.
You know what's
That's
so
probably
crazy?
what that I think they're gonna have that happen at Evolution.
JC gonna be a transitional champ.
You know
Damn.
what's so
Good.
crazy? What's so crazy? That happened at like the end of the show, bro.
I know the
Bro,
show
what?
there's like an hour left, is there not?
Yeah, there's an hour left. Yeah, there's an hour
There's an hour left.
I thought it was an hour show.
It's
Nah.
10 o'clock.
No.
It ends at
2
10. Holy shit, Mariah May. I had a feeling. My gut was telling me, is Mariah May coming back? Is Mariah May coming to NXT? Is that why she lost? But then I was like, nah, I'm tripping. But damn.
I find it crazy.
They pulled the fucking
They-
trigger. Thank God.
They
That was
they
great.
actually have
That
the
was-
greatest
that was
AEW
absolutely-
women's
That was.
champion.
They pulled a AEW women's champion in their company.
No,
A
rephrase
former
that,
AEW
Supreme.
women's champion. A former.
The greatest
The greatest.
AEW women's champion.
Arguably, but yeah, the greatest. The greatest. And now
Well,
she's
I'm
with the
watching NXT.
and now she's with WWE. I'm happy for her. I have to keep watching it. I have to keep watching NXT now. Shit.
I'm watching
Yeah,
NXT next week.
as much as I just wanted to step away from NXT because of the bullshit that happened last week, which we're not going to talk about, I'm probably going to still stick around. But yeah, that was our Money in the Bank predictions. We got a interesting show that's going down Saturday. We will be live for it. We will be doing a watch along this Saturday for Money in the Bank, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be fun. We had that tier list that we did. If y'all saw it, if you want to screenshot it, take a look at it, talk it over with your friends, tell us how we did on that tier list, what you thought of it.
Comment down below how you feel about our tier list. If you think it's great, if you think there's some changes that needs to be done, let us know.
Well, homie said, if you're watching this, post it. If you're watching this after it went live, just let us know how you feel about the tier list. But with that being said, I got one more announcement to make before we get off the air here. But I'm gonna just be on the solo screen right here. So everybody watching, need everybody here for this. I think y'all can see it. Just give me a second here. Just want to make sure everything's good. Just want to make sure everything's good before, I announce it. Give me a second here. Give me a second. I don't know if it's going to work. There it is. All right. So I announced this a couple months ago. The Antstroworld Wrestling Jeopardy J1 Climax. The first round is beginning next week. Next week, we are starting the tournament. So let's go over the rules before anything else. Just want to make sure it all pops up because on my end, it's not showing it on my StreamYard. I got to look at the screen just to see how it is presented. Give me 1 second here. I think it's showing. Let me see. I don't know if it's showing or not. I don't think it is. Give me a second. There it is. All right. So, yeah. Basically, tournament rules. So, it's going to obviously start next week. So, June 10th. June 10th will be Block A. And then the following week after that, June 17th, that will be Block B. So, there's going to be 8 participants. So, there'll be 4 participants in Block A. And then there's going to be 4 participants in Block B. So, the 2 people that come out of those 2 first round matchups with the most points are going to face each other in the semifinals, so the second round. And then whoever wins the semifinals out of those respective blocks. So whoever wins in Block A and whoever wins in Block B are going to be meeting in the finals, which is going to be in August. And whoever wins that is going to be the new Wrestling Jeopardy champion for Antstroworld Live. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be very interesting. I got something cooking up, these games. Whew. But I also got to announce who's going to be a part of the Jeopardy. So let's get those brackets up and going. Give me a second here. Because like I said, it's on my end. I can't really see it. I'm sorry for the little technical difficulties. Bear with me here. Let's see if it pops up. All right, there we go. So, Block A is going to be consisted of the following people: Deontay, Yael, Axe, and Smooth, also known as Supreme. So that's going to be Block A, which is next week. Then the following week, June 17th, the following people are going to be part of Block B: TJ, Shush, a Joker entry, which is to be determined still. That will be announced the day of that Jeopardy matchup, and Chris. So there is that. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody for showing up and showing out as per usual. Appreciate y'all, man. If you haven't already, make sure y'all like the stream. And if you aren't already, make sure y'all subscribe. Like I said, Saturday, Money in the Bank watch along. Next week, Jeopardy tournaments beginning. Till next time, I will see y'all.